We can't let her see this.
Who? Who do we need?
What do you mean, who? White.
White diamond?
Is this the part where one of us faints?
Oh, I am so on it, dude.
When Legs from Here to Homeworld was aired at the Steven Universe panel during San Diego Comic-Con, fans were extremely hyped because the show had gradually been building up to the big reveal of White Diamond's appearance. All the fans not in attendance were in luck because a day after the panel, the entire episode appeared on Cartoon Network's website and on their app for anyone else to watch. If you are still on this video, just know that there are some massive spoilers about what went on in Legs from Here to Homeworld, so consider yourself warned. But with that being said, let's get on to the Steven Universe discussion. The majority of the episode is fast-paced, but still set up for actually going to Homeworld. Steven talks with Blue and Yellow, explains stuff about Pink Diamond, and shows Centipedal. White's name is shockingly mentioned, and what nobody really expected was that a few minutes later, we'd finally get the reveal of her appearance. The show doesn't typically move at this insane pace, but you know things are getting real. Anyway, fast forward to the last few scenes of the episode, and the gang arrives on Homeworld to see that something bad has happened to it. They run into White Pearl, then Steven comes face to face with the insanely large White Diamond, which is truly a sight to behold.
Pink! There you are. Hello, Starlight. You certainly gave everyone a scare. They're all just thrilled to see you safe and sound.
Hi?
As for this latest little game of yours, thank the stars it's over. Did you have fun? Did you get everything out of your system?
White Diamond is terrifying. While she never made any real threats during her brief moments on screen, everything she said just seems to have dark undertones and you don't want to get on her bad side. Something worth mentioning is how she says that everything Pink has done was all a little game and nothing more. The fake shattering, taking the appearance of Rose Quartz, and everything that happened in the war was simply a game meant for entertainment, according to White. What does this mean though? Well, if some of the biggest moments in the entirety of Steven Universe means so little to this all-powerful diamond, then she must have seen a ton of things throughout her lifetime that are so astronomically large in scale that they don't even compare to the Pink Diamond Rose Quartz stuff. White literally just shrugs it off and says, "Hope you enjoyed yourself, lol," when it clearly wasn't that simple. Taking a quick look at her face, you'll realize that she doesn't seem to actually have a gemstone. While some fans may be confused and start making theories about her true identity, fear not. She has a gemstone placed directly on her forehead, but the light radiating from her face and body is way too bright to see anything else besides her facial features. Rebecca Sugar drew a picture of White at San Diego Comic-Con, showing us that she definitely has a gemstone. When Steven finally stood in front of her, we could see the difference in not just size, but also power. Until this point in the show, all the enemies have been relatively simple to handle. Steven has always had the powers to defend himself, while also getting fighting support from the crystal gems. However, White Diamond seems to be completely different than every other villain that came before. She's been on Homeworld for apparently eons, and has been ruler for an extremely long time. Plus, she's enormous. So huge that it's really hard for her to be in the same exact shot as a full body version of Steven. This is just stepping into the territory of the show's scariest enemy yet, and not even our main hero can go up against her. Making White Diamond mad will spell absolute chaos and destruction for Steven and the Crystal Gems. Realistically, he'll probably do whatever it takes to avoid battle, but because she's been on Homeworld for so long, her way of thinking is completely different than the average person's, and she may not be able to empathize with humans at all. If anyone would be good enough to be an endgame villain for the series, it would probably work best as White, since she's just so intimidating and terrifying to look at. Oh yeah, and we also got that cliffhanger where White teleports Steven into a room with bubbles, and the episode just ends so suddenly.
Hold on!
You may be wondering when new episodes will come out, and I have no idea. Cartoon Network may not announce them soon, but all this White Diamond reveal stuff is getting me really excited for Steven Universe's next adventures and battles. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give it a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.